Hello everybody, welcome back to FIFA 22. It's the start of Season 2 with Harchester United and, well, big developments. The board now want us to push to win the league, which is very interesting. So let's dive straight into the manager objectives or the team objectives for this one. Again, within 2 seasons, have at least one player from the Youth Academy signed in the first season, play at least 30% of the games in the next season. We should do that. We've got quite a lot of Youth Academy players in the team by now. Sign one crucial first team player assigned to a midfield position. We've done that already, so we'll go and check that out in a minute. And keep player salary growth under 20%. So the financial side of it is still having a big impact on us, and that's going to be pretty difficult. Although we have got rid of some players who are on decent-ish wages. Youth development, we've read that one already. Brand exposure, get a streak of 5 games without defeat this season. Well, the season hasn't started yet, so we'll work on that one in a minute. Continental success, obviously there's none. And domestic success, win the league title. They want us to win League 2, which is interesting because long term, they want us to fight for promotion within 3 seasons, or 2 more seasons. So that's an interesting one, and they want us to reach the round of 16 in the FA Cup again, and financial keep the player salary growth under 20%. So a tough season potentially on the cards for us and Karl Fletcher at Harchester United, but we'll go and have a look at some transfer history, and we can go through what has happened at the club. So Herbert, the backup centre-back, has left. He's gone to Guangzhou City for £195,000. We've bought in Timmy Abraham, not Tammy. It's his brother. Timmy Abraham on a free transfer as a striking option. We've also got rid of Jamal, 420 grand. Not too bad, according that he was a free transfer when we bought him in last season. He's moved to Wuhan, so good luck to him over there. We've bought in Cortez, another striking option from a free transfer. Argentinian, 17 years old. Yeah, he looks like he's probably going to usurp Hargreaves as our starting striker, but we'll have to make sure that we pull that one right. Hargreaves hasn't done too much wrong. He's lacking a little bit all round, and I'd rather have a sort of speciality striker, whether it's all-out pace and a bit of finishing or a target man, something like that. We've also bought in Mbeti, free transfer from Man City, centre-back, 18 years old. He's looking like he's going to be pretty damn useful, but the biggest name probably, I don't know, maybe Timmy Abraham is the biggest, but the biggest name I think you'd recognise in youth football coming through at the moment is Charlie Patino, Arsenal, free transfer, 18 years old, joins Harchester United, which means we get him in central midfield, which is good because obviously we've released Jamal and we've got a couple of other deals happening as well. I think Valakari is one that is currently going out. If we have a look at the squad, and we'll go into the squad hub just so you can see it overall. So Cole still remains with Freya at the back, and Betty is going to be the backup centre-back. Potentially we need another centre-back as well in case these two get injured or they're out of form or anything like that. We just need to be aware of that. Marinovic is going to keep his place in goal. I don't feel it's very necessary to get a new goalkeeper in at the moment. 69 overall rated, very good season last year. We've got Perkins and Miles as our left backs. We've got Edvardson and Orlando from the youth team as our right backs. Edvardson by far and away the best player at the club. We've turned down another bid of £6.5 million for him, so he is going to be staying unless the bid is ridiculously big. Valakari is going to Dusseldorf. We've accepted a bid of £1 million with a 15% sell-on fee, I think. So I think he's going to be moving to Dusseldorf, which is good for him. But we have still got Patino, central midfield, Marin, McNally and Devoy as well. McNally's still suffering from that anterior cruciate ligament, and he's retiring at the end of the season, so it looks like it is going to end his career, that ACL injury, which is a bit annoying for our ex-club captain, but what can you do? Charles Cook in attacking midfield. Still the only out-and-out attacking midfielder. We've got the Grenadian international. We've got Briggs on the right. We've got Kuhn. We've got Ferretti, Jensen. Marsh, I'm trying to look to sell now. He's transfer listed. Hargreaves, Cortez and Abraham are our striking options. And Simonson is actually going to be added to the loan list because he's not going to get much game time today. But that is the whole squad we've got. There's been a few changes, as you can imagine. But I'm quite happy with how the squad is looking now. Because Valakari is probably going to be leaving, Marin is going to come back into the starting lineup. Yeah, it's still not, there's not a huge amount of depth. If we think we're trying to sell Marsh, we're going to try and loan out Simonson. We've got central midfielder down. Briggs can come in at right wing if needed. We've got Jensen out there as well. So, and Briggs can also go to the left if needs be. I think I'm going to stick with a 4-3-3. So I think what we're going to do is actually get Briggs to be a attacking midfield right just so that he actually can play that role properly. I think we'll go in and do that now. We'll go and have a look at the youth system as well. There's not been too much change. The guy, Johansson, that we want to call up is still 15, so we can't actually call him up at the moment, which is a little bit annoying because we could very much do with him to be the backup to Charles Cook in the middle. But unfortunately, that's not happening just yet because he's too young. In fact, let's go and have a look at that right now. If we go and have a look at our youth academy, you will see we have Johansson there, 15 years old, 78 to 84, potential rated 64 overall already. We've got Lombardi at left wing, who I'm quite tempted to call up, to be honest, as a left wing CM CDM. Yeah, good potential, 76 to 82, 57 overall. Wouldn't be challenging on the left-hand side over Kuhn just yet. And we've got Anderson, who I'd quite like to call up, but I think his overall's so low, he's never actually going to reach that potential. So we're going to leave him in there for now. Maybe give him until the age of 18 and see if he progresses. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on what you think we should do about them. If we go and have a look at our youth stuff, you'll see we've got a new scout here, which is Mason Hood. 3-star experience, 4-star judgment. He's currently scouting around in England, and he's got a few players here: 71 to 94 potential, 60 to 82, 57 77, 51 71. I think we can get rid of William Parker. You're not going to do much. And probably you as well. Sean Thomas, we're not going to do much review. We'll keep these three in here just to have a look. But it's looking like Hugo Parks, which is a very posh name. As a goalkeeper, is probably our highest rated potential player. But Kai Stone, I'm interested to see what positions these people have because it could be very useful for us. But yeah, Mason Hood is there as well. We still have Ove Lund, who's sticking to... he's now in Spain, sorry. 68 to 90 overall potential. Mariano Cordoba. Fernando Silva, nearly got his name completely wrong, is in there as well. And Iago Acosta, who does look like he could be pretty good. But again, I just want to find a bit more out about their positions before we decide what to do with them. And then Patrick Lancaster, we've sent him to the Ivory Coast to go and see what he can find there. So 60 to 82 and 66 to 92 potentials. Ibrahim Dabago looks like he could be somewhat useful, but the overall startings look pretty low. So we're going to leave those two on there as well. So with the money we've sold and everything that we've done, we do actually have quite a lot of cash in the bank, which is good. Budget-wise, we're still under our budget for our weekly wage. We've got 2 million transfer fee, so we could go and splash some cash if we want to. But overall, we are looking pretty financially sound, which is very useful. We've got a lot of people on the scouting list and stuff like that. Our scouts are being very busy. But today, we start the season playing Salford, so it'll be interesting to see how far we've gone. Ben Yedder has moved to Atletico Madrid. We also have Barcelona have signed Kalidou Koulibaly from Lazio, I think that is. Lazio, it's either Lazio or Napoli, one of the two. And then the Champions League, etc., is going to be drawn soon. And Levante have signed Alexandre Lacazette. There you go, that's an interesting one there. And Espanyol have signed Rasmus Christensen, so not too bad. But we're going to get into the game against Salford City. It should be a very interesting one. That is the starting lineup we're going to use. It's getting better with every game. Marinovic, Edvardson, Ferreira, Coles, Miles, Madden, Patino, Charles Cook in attacking midfield, Ferretti, Hargreaves. Is Hargreaves going to keep his place, or do we go with the new signing in Cortez? Cortez is a 64. Cortez is much, much quicker, a little bit worse at shooting. His passing is... No, okay, I think we stick with Hargreaves for now. Cortez is going to know that he's got the... Hargreaves is going to know he's got some competition with Cortez and Abraham now being called up. It does allow us to be a bit more fluid in terms of formation. And Valakari is heading out the door, it looks like. So Devoy will come onto the bench to replace him. Let's just get everybody in rating order so that we can have them all set up and ready to go. In fact, Perkins, why are you not starting? There we go. That's more like it. That, I think, is our strongest 11 in terms of overall rating we can actually pick, which is very good to see. Although Devoy technically should be starting ahead of Charles Cook, but I'm a big fan of Charles Cook. He's never done it. He's never really let us down since he's come back from his injury, and he's getting back into the swing of things. But hopefully we can go and get a win against Salford. So here we are then, the Harchester United Football Club Stadium, owned by the community of Harchester, and it's going to be Harchester United in their new home kit, which clashes a little bit less with the referees. As you can see, all the supporters are completely kitted out in the new home kit. It's been a big uptake in merchandise this year, which is great to see from the supporters. But the opening game of the League 2 season is going to be Harchester United versus Salford City, and there are your Salford City players all looking ready and up for this one. They had a difficult season last year, probably should have gone down. Obviously the conference isn't in the career mode, so teams don't actually get relegated. But yeah, it should be an interesting game. And there is the Harchester United starting 11. A few new faces in and around it. Charlie Patino gets a start. We also have new substitutes on the bench in Abraham and Cortez, as well as Kuhn keeps his place on the left. Ferretti gets the number 37 shirt this year. Obviously we had that thing where he had no number towards the end of last season. It should be a very interesting game, this one, as the two teams shake hands with the officials who stupidly are wearing purple. That hasn't changed. I've still seen just then that Ferretti doesn't actually have a number on the back of his shirt, so I'm going to go in and change that. But here is the Salford City lineup again. Thomas Asante is a bit of a danger man with some pace on the wing. Elliott up front scored a couple of goals against us last time we played. King in goal. Eastham and Turnbull are going to be hopefully in for a bit of a torrid day. Let's get into the game then and see how it unfolds. It's going to be Harchester to kick us off, and this second season under Karl Fletcher, the club legend for Harchester United. And let's see if there's a change in how Harchester United are actually going to line up, and maybe a game plan change. Who knows? They were good in the middle part of the season last year. It sort of fell away towards the end. There was a slight case of maybe a promotion playoff push, but it was not forthcoming at the end of the season, with a few bad results taking it away from Harchester United. So it's pretty patient build-up as the game starts. Advancing, trying to just move into a little bit of space on that side. Managed to keep it in play. Finds Maurizio Ferretti with a ball in. Looking for Hargreaves with a header. What a header from Hargreaves! His place is under threat, but Hargreaves has just pulled out an absolute banger of a header there. Maurizio Ferretti put in a wonderful cross. What a start this is for Harchester United to this new campaign. And Hargreaves, who's had two new strikers brought in to compete with him for a starting position, has pulled out a wonderful header there. Look at that. The keeper's got no chance. 1-0 Harchester, and the number 11 up front in their new half-and-half kit. Hargreaves fires it in with a header. It's a superb header from the penalty spot, and the keeper at full stretch has absolutely no chance. Come on, what a start. And what a fantastic start that is for Harchester United in this opening day of the League 2 season. A fantastic header from Hargreaves. I still can't believe it went in, but a great cross in from Ferretti, and maybe that is a dimension that Harchester United are going to try and add to their game this year. A bit more wing play with a few more crosses into the box, especially if Hargreaves can finish them off like that, as Love plays it into Elliott. It goes out now to Asante, obviously highlighted before the game as a bit of a danger man. Coles has blocked that one well. Perkins can win the header, and Charles Cook can look to turn. Plays it up towards Charlie Patino, making his debut today, and that is not a good pass from the ex-Arsenal youth player. But luckily Coles is there, can head it back to his keeper, and Harchester United can revel in their 1-0 lead. And here comes Salford City again. It's a ball through, looking for Elliott, who shoots, and it's hit the back stanchion. Wasn't really worrying Marinovic. Elliott going close, but the keeper seemed to have that covered, knew it wasn't really hitting the target. And Harchester United, yeah, a few warning signs there from Salford, as Charlie Patino, who's not quite got his passing range down yet. It's a ball forward, looking for Marin. Can't quite get there. Will get on the second ball though. Flicks that one out, looking for Perkins, who had just run on ahead of Kuhn, and Kuhn sensibly goes back to his goalkeeper, and Marinovic is just going to try and clear his lines out to the right hand side. Flicked on up the pitch by Edvardsen. Maurizio Ferretti tries to make the most of it, but can't get it under control. Good interception from Charles Cook. Hargreaves can't quite feed that one through to Kuhn on the left hand side. Here is Lowe, back to Love, back into Lowe again. Good football this from Salford City, as Elliott puts the ball through into Nemé. Nemé, it's a bit of a bobble on that pass, and it messes up a little bit. Edvardsen can find Ferretti. He's trying to lay that just inside. The numberless man couldn't quite get the pass right, and Coles will cover that one as well, and we're not going to mess around with it this time. Just get it out. Good interception there from Marin, who comes forward, not blessed with the best of pace, and manages to get the ball off. Ferretti tries to put it into the path of Charles Cook, who's going to pounce. Charles Cook's got on the end of this one. Charles Cook, left-footed. I've tried to nutmeg the keeper, because sometimes that works. I did deliberately mean to try and hit that down the middle between the keeper's legs, but didn't quite work. Corner ball, Charles Cook to take this one. Can he find a good delivery? It's a long ball towards the back post, and Coles couldn't quite get on the end of it. It will be kept alive here by Charlie Patino. Back to Coles. Coles can drive the pass along to Edvardsen. Edvardsen just waiting for an opportunity into Marin, into Patino. Patino, again, he's just going for those clever through balls. They're not quite coming off for the youngster today. Maybe it's a little step too far for Charlie Patino. The first new signing who's getting a start in this one. He was the first signing of the summer for Karl Fletcher, and he's also the first debutant who makes his first appearance of the season on the opening day, as Marinovic's clearance is easily picked out by Salford City. Into Neme again. Lund back to Low up to Asante. Poor pass, intercepted well by Kuhn, and the youngster who really impressed on his opening season for the club is going to pick up a free kick. He was pulled back, his shirt was pulled, and look at that. Mason Greenwood has joined Leicester City for £68.1 million. FIFA may be losing a little bit of realism there, but a great pickup for Leicester, that is for sure. As Charles Cook into Patino. Here is Kuhn. Patino again tries to put that one through, and he picks out Charles Cook really well. Some decent footwork there by the attack midfielder, and Perkins has a chance to run into a dangerous area. Ball across. Charles Cook on the volley. Good save from the keeper. Remains 1-0, and the Salford keeper King is keeping them in the game at the moment, as Karl Fletcher's got to be very happy with what he's seen so far. Ball in, looking towards Hargreaves again, trying to get another headed goal. And Salford City will bring this one away. So going into the final sort of 5 minutes of the half, and Harchester United are more than happy just to keep a bit of possession here as the half ticks down. Coles goes out towards Perkins. Perkins goes back to Coles. Harchester United, just knocking the ball around very, very well. Edvardsen can keep that one in. He's got Marin in the middle. Picks out Marin. He goes all the way over towards Perkins. Perkins sees Kuhn. Did he go a bit too soon? He did. He's offside, but lovely possession football from Harchester. And I mean, what do you think about the new kits? What do you think about the new home kits? I think they look quite snazzy. I think as we go up, every time we go up a division, I think we'll change kit provider. I think that's probably what we'll aim for, as the long ball forward is knocked down into the path of Lund by Elliott, who again is being a little bit of a thorn in the side for Harchester United, but no clear chances on goal just yet. Hunter into the aforementioned Elliott. He's going to pick out Asante. Oh no, Niem, who's went for Asante, but well, Charlie Patino back there defending really well. And half-time, 1-0 Harchester United. King's been the busier of the two goalkeepers for Salford, who do find themselves 1-0 down. And the Harchester United faithful are loving this start to League Two. So no changes at half-time for the home team. No changes at half-time for the away team. And it's the same 22 players that take to the pitch to get this second half underway. And you've got to imagine Salford would have had a bit of a rocket up their arse, because they have not played very well in this first opening 45 minutes of the next season. Sorry, sort of carrying on when they finished off last season, Salford, as they did end the season well, beating Harchester United, but they also did finish in the bottom four, and if it wasn't for an admin error, they would have been relegated from League Two, as Salford now are coming forward. They're just trying to make a little bit of space here. Ball in, no one's in there, and Coles always messed up his clearance, and Marinovic goes out very quickly to read that danger as it's coming into Asante. Tries to play a 1-2, but goes out for a throw. Salford, it's all Salford at the start of this second half, as Hunter here has a bit of space, knocks it back looking for Elliott. He's trying to get that into the space, but it's well read by Perkins, although the pressure on him has made it hard to get that away. And Charles Cook goes back to Marinovic, who just goes long looking for Hargreaves, knocks that one into a bit of space and says, go on mate, chase that one. And Marin does chase it, but doesn't have the pace to get away from the Salford fullback. And Salford come again, not a good pass there though, as this one's going to be picked up by Kuhn. He can feed it into Charles Cook. Sees the run of Hargreaves. Has he got that into the right space? King's out quickly. Good save. And Nome out to Love on this right hand side. The fullback getting forward a little bit more in this second half. Salford City know they have to push. Co-owned by obviously Gary Neville and the class of 99. As Elliott's in, and he's made it 1-1. And it was just one little bit of switch off at the back, and Elliott punishes Harchester United, and all that good work in the first half has just been undone by a finish there from Elliott. Yeah, and Harchester United now 1-1, and the atmosphere is flattened here at the HUFC Stadium, which is disappointing for those home fans. Elliott's first goal, obviously, of the season. First game of the season, as Perkins tries to just dink that one over. Oh, and there could be a bit of trouble here, because Salford United have pounced. Salford into Lund, and Marin with a good interception, but just can't get the ball out of his feet. And you've got to feel maybe fresh legs are going to be needed. That's a good interception from Kuhn, though. Can poke this one through into Maurizio Ferretti. Diving tackle. Got to be a yellow card. Is a yellow card. Referee makes a good call there. Eastman is the first booking of the season. So substitution then. Charlie Patino comes off. A decent debut for the youngster. Gave away a few passes, but Devoy comes on to replace him. And a change for Salford as well that I didn't quite see. I'm just wondering if we can do something a little bit cheeky here. Try and play this one to the edge of the area and towards Hargreaves. It worked, apart from I was too slow actually doing something with Hargreaves, as Coles will sweep that one up. Edvardsen. And it goes to Ferretti, and Perkins has put a ball through here to Hargreaves. Oh, I was trying to square it to Charles Cook, and I probably should have just shot. 20 minutes to go. The game has turned very, very scrappy. Salford making another change there, as Denny's going to come on to replace Lowe on the sort of right-hand side central midfield position, as Marin gets the ball in central midfield, just waiting for some options. Uses the easy pass to Ferreira. Ferreira out to Coles. He drills the ball in towards Perkins, who's settled nicely into his new left-back position. Devoy into Marin. Marin can find Charles Cook. He tries to just poke that through. Charles Cook, nearly benefiting from a poor touch there from Eastham, who's been booked, remember. We probably need to start running at him a little bit more, as Elliott tries to release Asante down this side. Coles has had to come out as centre-back to close him down and wins the ball really well, the centre-back, and puts that one through to Hargreaves, who can flick it onto Kuhn. And there could be a good counter-attack on here, as Kuhn could be in. He lays it into Hargreaves, left-footed. Oh, it's shocking. And that is going to be Hargreaves' last involvement. He's got the goal, the opening goal, and now he's off to replace by new signing Cortez, Argentinian youngster. Comes with him a handful, a bag of pace. We'll have to see if he's got the end product, as Hargreaves really should have finished that one, but his left-footed drive sailed over the bar, and Karl Fletcher decided that was enough of the striker's options, and Cortez is on to replace Hargreaves. Devoy sees the overlapping run of Perkins, who's done really well, to be honest. Perkins can try and put this one in. It's not the best cross. He's going to get another chance. Actually puts it to the edge of the area to Marin. Oh, it's a fearful effort. Marin still trying to plough through, but it bounces through to King, and with 10 minutes to go, I sort of feel like Harchester United are going to get maybe one or two more chances to make this count. But they have been a bit wasteful in front of goal today. It's Hunter on the ball for Salford. He gets it back again. Try and just keep a bit of possession here, Salford City, as the ball is given away. Marin with an easy interception, but his pass is loose. Although Charles Cook can pick it up, but the Salford player got a very good touch on the ball there. So I was just trying to release Cortez. Is the new young striker going to get a chance to pounce? We'll have to wait and see. Oh, Elliott's dropped back into midfield and given the ball away, and Ferretti could have a lot of space here, and there's men over in the middle. Ferretti tries to put a cross in. He's hooked his foot around it too much, and it's easily intercepted. But yeah, Salford City are trying to play their way out of trouble, and just playing their way into much more trouble than they originally had, as Charles Cook comes forward. Fantastic tackle. Marin tries to pick up the loose ball. Cortez is in, and he's missed the target, but he's offside anyway. So with the last couple of minutes of the game, we're also going to give a debut to Mbeti, centre-back, replacing Ferreira, as Love is replaced by Shepherd for Salford City. And yeah, we go into the final 2 minutes. The Salford City goalkeeper King goes long, and Mbeti wins his first aerial duel of the game, as Marin comes forward. I was just trying to do a little bit of trickery to create a bit of space, but it didn't work. Hunter comes forward with it into Elliott. Elliott can't quite get there, and that, well, Coles was going very direct with that pass, and it has actually resulted in Salford City regaining possession. Asante down on this side again. Ball forward, and it's read well by Mbete, but his clearance isn't the best. Asante still coming forward with it. Perkins can't quite get a block on that, but that is full time. It's 1-1 to start the season. We played some good stuff, lacking a finishing sort of technique, but Hargreaves with a good header. The wingers felt good, the midfield felt pretty good. Just one little lapse of concentration at the back gave Elliott a chance, and he made it 1-1. I would say Salford City have got Tom King to thank for a lot of things there. Big saves in both halves of the game, to be honest. And yeah, Tom King probably keeping it at 1-1 for Salford City. But we start with a draw. I'd say it can only get better, but we could potentially lose the next one as well. So let's get to the press conference and we'll see what the questions are. Was I happy with Edvardsen's display? Yeah, the lad deserves some respect. He's absolutely brilliant. He's our best player at the club. So yes, there's real competition for places here, but he's kept his head down and worked hard and get a bit of back to form. I don't think he ever dropped form. So next question then. There wasn't much between the teams today. What did you make of the result? We saw two committed teams. We'll keep it pretty positive at the beginning of the season. And were you worried when they got the equaliser? I'm happy we didn't lose. Maybe we thought we'd already done enough to win. Maybe we thought we'd already done enough to win. Maybe we just turned off a little bit, and that's what we need to keep in mind. Concentration. So to go into the office then, we've got Simonson. I've not really been enjoying my football here lately, boss. I'm actually glad you're thinking about loaning me out. A loan could help your career move forward. We'll say that. And, Marsh. Sebastian Marsh has got an offer, 160k. We can potentially get 185. So let's go and try and negotiate that. We'll try and get it up a little bit, up the price, and see if we can get a bit more money into the club, because Marsh is not going to play at all for us. So I'm going to say give us 200k. Hopefully they come back with 180 or so, 170. So we'll say give us 180, and I'm happy to go with 180. To be honest, I'll accept 170 if they say they're not going to go that. No, they're going to go with 180. We'll bring that money into the club. Valakari's still working with his agent to see if they can get an agreement with Dusseldorf. But yeah, profit's looking good. I do like how the squad is looking at the moment. I feel like we're going to need a little bit more depth. I'm just not too sure in what position. We're going to have Marin, Charles Cook, Patino. We're going to have Devoy is going to be on there as well. And we are going to have McNally for a little bit of the season as well. So I'm not sure if we need another central midfielder. We're going to have Briggs, Jensen and Ferretti on right wing. On left wing, we're going to have just Kuhn, to be honest. So maybe Briggs, maybe we develop Briggs to be a right-footed left winger, potentially. That's something. We've got 2 right backs in Edvardo and Orlando. We've got 2 left backs in Miles and Perkins. We've got 2 goalkeepers in Marinovic and Markovic, which I'm happy with. We've got centre backs Frere and Coles and Mbetti. So maybe another centre back is where we need to look. And we've got 3 strikers all vying for 1 position, which isn't too bad. I think we are gonna, just for now, because we're so overloaded at right wing, let's actually change what we're going to get Briggs to be. And we're going to say to Briggs, you're not going to be a right winger anymore. You're going to be a left winger. Right-footed left winger. Hopefully he can do that. Yeah, 2 weeks. That'll be totally fine as well. Excellent. Right, we're going to leave it there. Let me know down below all your comments and thoughts about the squad, what we need to do. What do you think about the new kits? You haven't seen the new away kit yet. Similar colours, but just a little bit of a change here and there. But yes, a good, decent start to the season. A 1-1 draw with Salford. Hopefully we can progress on that and keep it moving. I'll see you in the next episode, where it will probably be deadline day, I imagine. We'll come back for deadline day and see what is happening around there. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.